That sound, it feels simple. But in reality, it's more dangerous than you think. The same sound has turned ordinary people into millionaires overnight. And at the same time, it has made others disappear without a trace. But the real question is not, is there treasure here? The real question is, are you ready for what you might find? Treasure hunting is not just an adventure, it's an entire world. Filled with secrets, laws, risks, and stories. Most people think it's simple. A device, a signal, dig, treasure. But the truth goes much deeper. In most parts of the world, the land you stand on is not yours, and what lies beneath it is not yours either. Even if you find something, even if you dig it with your own hands, even if you spend days searching, the law might simply say, "This doesn't belong to you." In some countries, just using a metal detector without permission can lead to heavy fines or even prison. And in other places, even if you find treasure, you are required to give it up completely. And the worst part? Most people only realize this when it's already too late. But laws are not the most dangerous part. The real danger begins the moment you decide to dig underground. Everything changes. There's no proper air, no stability, and no guarantee that you'll make it out. A small collapse can turn a simple hole. Invisible gases can make you lose consciousness in seconds. And sometimes, abandoned places carry a history that should never be disturbed. The device is only the beginning. A real treasure hunter doesn't rely on sound alone, but on understanding the ground. Understanding history, understanding signals. Not every signal means treasure. And sometimes, the strongest signals lead to nothing. That's why professionals don't just listen, they read what others can't. There's something no one talks about. Addiction. Yes. Treasure hunting can become addictive. Every sound gives you hope. Every hole gives you possibility. And every time you find nothing, pushes you to dig again. And just like that, you enter a loop with no end. Some people, they lost because they couldn't stop. In one place, a man started digging after a very strong signal. At first, everything felt normal, but over time, things began to change. The signal got stronger, but the ground became harder. He kept going, despite the exhaustion, until he found something. But it wasn't gold. And from that day, he never came back. Every shot you see now may look simple, but behind every hole, there's a possibility. Either you're getting closer to treasure, or closer to danger. That's why the difference between a beginner and a professional is not digging. It's decision. When to dig and when to stop. Treasure is not always gold. It can be historical tools, or even remains of lost civilizations. And its value is not only in its price, but in its story. But without knowledge, you might walk right past it, without ever realizing its true value. Let's be honest. Not everyone who searches finds, and not everyone who finds wins. Some people found something and lost everything after, because treasure is not the end. It's the beginning. Right now, as you're watching this, it might feel simple, but the truth is, every step in this world comes with risk, and every decision can change everything. In the end, everything comes back to that sound. One sound can change your life. But the question is, will it change it? For the better? For the worse?